The next problem that we want to solve is to animate the birds, the white birds in particular. And this is a different problem than it is with the butterfly, because if we look at the butterfly, we could see all of his costumes need to be changed in order to animate the butterfly, make it look like it's flying. It would go from 1 to 2 to 9 and then go back to 1, right? So to animate the butterfly, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is have a forever loop with a next costume and a wait, right? With the white bird, that's not really the case, because what we have here are two costumes that are going to make it look like he's flying, and then we have a third costume where he's hit, and a fourth costume where he is not alive anymore. So we need to iterate through these two. We need to go to 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, and skip 3 and 4. Right? So yeah, it's a little bit of a different algorithm. What we're going to do here is we're going to grab a when I receive white bird 1, and when that happens, that means the white bird is appearing on the screen, so we can do a forever, and we could do a next costume, right? But that looks kind of weird. Like, you can see here's white bird 1, and I could click that, and it looks kind of weird, right? But I'll put a wait in here so it doesn't look so strange. But it still looks weird because you have the hit and the not alive costume running, right? So one way we can fix that, of course, with computer science, you can solve a problem using many different ways, but this is just one way to solve it. And we can have an if statement in here, and in the if statement we could say if, and then we go to looks and we say costume number is equal to costume number 3, which is the hit costume, right? This one here, where he's hit by a bullet. Then what we're going to do is we're going to skip this costume to costume 4, and then we're going to skip this costume to back to costume 1, right? So let's go ahead and do that. One way we can do that is we can say next costume, next costume. He's on costume 3. This is true. Then it goes to costume 4, goes back to costume 1, and then it comes back into the forever, and it shows costume 1, right? So setting it up this way, the costumes will only iterate between 1 and 2, right? So we can do this. Oh, that doesn't look like it's working, right? So maybe I could change this 3 to a 2. No, that's not working either. So when it gets to 3, oh, okay, so I'm gonna put it in between the wait. Man, why is this not working? It might be the order that we're in. So okay, there we go. So yeah, the order is important here. We want to first check to see if it's equal to costume 2, and if it is, then we will switch to 3, then 4, and then it will do next costume, which would switch it to costume 1 and show it because of the wait. We will come through the forever loop. This is not true. Costume number is equal to 1. So it'll skip doing that. It'll go to the next costume, which will go to costume 2, and wait, showing it on the screen. And then it will come back up to the forever loop, and this will be true. It is costume 2. So it will go to costume 3, then costume 4, then back to costume 1, and show costume 1, right? So setting it up this way will animate the bird in such a way where we don't see costume 3 and costume 4. So go ahead and apply that same technique to animate the white bird 2, and we can move on to the next task.